You've finished Marvel Cosmic Invasion, and now you're in that, okay, now what moment. Relax. The game might have reached the credits, but there's still a lot to do in this cosmic universe. Between secrets, post-game missions, and content that many people overlook, today I'm going to show you 10 things you need to do after beating Marvel Cosmic Invasion. And believe me, some of them totally change how you view the game's ending. I'm Matthew, and the video starts right now. Many people finish the campaign and move on to another title, but honestly, that's where the game truly begins. Completing the 45 main mission challenges completely changes the way you play. It's like the game is daring you to master every hero, not just finish the story. After beating it, the pace changes. Now it's no longer about saving the universe, but proving you understand how each character works. Those two specific hero challenges in each mission force you out of your comfort zone. For example, if you used a ranged character a lot, you'll find yourself forced to master someone more focused on melee combat or crowd control. That's where the game shows you layers of mechanics you might have ignored during the campaign. These challenges also make you realize how well thought out the level design is. The level-related challenge always brings something that makes you deal with the environment differently. Avoiding energy damage, using platforms to your advantage, or even exploring alternate paths out of pure curiosity. There's a special pleasure when you understand the rhythm of the mission and complete everything without taking a single hit. Another cool thing is that the challenge system creates a sense of real progress. You feel like you are actually getting good, not just accumulating powers. The game starts rewarding your skill instead of your experience bar. And when you complete a trio of challenges in a single mission, that achievement sound comes with a taste of, now that's mastery. Completing these 45 challenges is almost a rite of passage. It's the difference between someone who finished Marvel Cosmic Invasion and someone who truly lived it. It's the kind of goal that turns every mission into a new training ground and every victory into something personal. If the game were a comic book, this would be the secret epilogue that only the most dedicated fans discover. After I beat Marvel Cosmic Invasion, the first thing that really grabbed me was this urge to go back to the map and hunt down the hidden cosmic cubes. Because the campaign gives you the spectacle, but the cubes give you that behind-the-scenes feeling, like you're opening the game's secret drawers. And the fact that there's one per mission, with 16 in total just from exploration, transforms every stage into a mini hunt, the kind that makes you walk a little slower and pay attention to everything. The coolest part is that these cubes don't feel like they're there just to pad the numbers. They make you reevaluate the stage. Wait, what if I break this? What if I go back to that corner after the checkpoint? What if I use another hero to reach this spot? I like when a game rewards curiosity, and here, exploration has a clear purpose. You start seeing the environment as a light puzzle, not just a corridor for brawling. And then comes the detail that really gets you hooked. You won't gather cubes just by poking around missions, because the total to unlock everything in the Cosmic Matrix is 101. In other words, the game pushes you toward a more complete post-game, doing challenges, leveling up heroes, playing with combinations, experimenting with styles. In practice, it's like the cubes are the currency of a collector mode, but a collector who needs to play well, not just pick up items. When you start spending in the Cosmic Matrix, that's when things get personality. Color palettes change your character's vibe and make the team look like yours. Music tracks give that I'm replaying but with a different vibe effect. And the lore pieces make the universe seem bigger than what the campaign showed. And the modifiers, those are dangerous, because once you try one or two, you'll want to test combinations as if you were building your own private arcade mode. For me, collecting all cosmic cubes is the type of objective that turns "it's over" into "now I want to complete it." It's a hunt that rewards you as much for your sharp eye as for your dedication to mastering the game. If you genuinely enjoyed Marvel Cosmic Invasion, Grabbing the 101 cubes and opening everything in the cosmic matrix is almost like assembling your own definitive edition of the game, exactly the way you like it. After I beat the game, one of the most worthwhile goals is leveling up all 15 heroes to the max level of 10. Because finishing the game with my favorite team is one thing, understanding the entire roster is completely different. And this is the type of progression that changes your relationship with the game. You stop thinking just about winning and start thinking about dominating. The point is that playing with each hero isn't just for bragging rights. As you level up, you feel in practice how much extra health makes a difference, how focus helps maintain more consistent tag teams, and how certain passives change the way you approach a fight. Some characters become safer, others become more aggressive, and there are heroes that only really start to shine when you unlock that one upgrade that fits their kit perfectly. I especially like how this forces you to experiment. Sometimes you think a hero is weak because you tested them for 5 minutes in a bad mission, but when you insist and learn the timing, they turn into a monster. Leveling everyone up creates these moments of surprise. You discover synergies you never would have seen if you stayed stuck on the same 2 or 3 characters. And the game becomes more varied without needing new content. And there's the extra incentive. Leveling up heroes also releases more cosmic cubes, so it's not just a goal for pride. It's real progress that feeds into other parts of the post-game, like unlocking more options in the cosmic matrix and making your account more complete. I dig it when the game connects systems like this, because it gives that feeling that everything you do pushes you one step further. In co-op, this gets even better. When every person on the team has leveled up heroes, you feel the difference in fluidity. Tag teams land more frequently, swaps feel more natural, and you can build duos that combine in a much more creative way. For me, leveling all 15 to 10 is the true hardcore postgame of Marvel Cosmic Invasion. You leave your comfort zone and turn the entire roster into your arsenal. The most satisfying part of Marvel Cosmic Invasion after accumulating those cosmic cubes is without a doubt going to the cosmic matrix and the vault and starting to spend it all. There's something almost hypnotic about watching that giant panel being filled in bit by bit. It's not just an extra shop. It's like you're building a digital museum of the game, piece by piece, and with every unlock, you gain a little more of this universe to call your own. What I find incredible is the depth of what you unlock. Reading the Nova Core files or the detailed hero profiles adds a layer of lore that contextualizes a lot of things that go unnoticed in the heat of battle. And the soundtracks? Being able to choose what music plays while you navigate menus or replay stages is that touch of customization that makes you feel like the owner of the game. It's the kind of reward that values the time you invested. But the cherry on top for me are the arcade modifiers. This changes the game completely. You unlock cheats or crazy rules that turn a serious stage into a fun mess, perfect for playing with friends on the couch and having a laugh. This is where the game stops being a campaign and becomes a toy. Unlocking these modifiers gives you infinite reasons to come back and test the chaos you can create. And there's a visual detail I loved, the structure of the matrix itself. As you unlock nodes, you can create artistic patterns on the grid. It's not just clicking and buying. It's almost a design minigame where you see progress visually. Seeing that web of unlocks fully lit up, forming designs, or simply completing 100% of the screen gives a visual satisfaction that few people talk about, but makes all the difference. In the end, clearing out the Cosmic Matrix and the Vault is the final certification that you've mastered Marvel Cosmic Invasion. It's the moment to relax, enjoy the art, listen to the music, and play with the rules. If you've already beaten it and still have unlit nodes there, trust me, it's worth the effort to light everything up and see the full picture of what this game has to offer. After I beat Marvel Cosmic Invasion, the thing that made me feel like I was playing the right way was going into multiplayer, whether local or online. This game has a classic arcade energy that simply gets bigger when there are more people on screen. And the best part is that it works with both 2 and 4 players, so you can always fit a session in, even if it's just with one friend. The detail of each player controlling 2 heroes changes the rhythm of the match a lot. You're not stuck with a single style. You can alternate between someone faster and someone stronger, or between a crowd control hero and another focused on damage. I like it because this creates a sense of a real team, where you think about composition and how to cover the group's weaknesses, not just choosing the most overpowered character. In 4 players, the game turns into a delightful mess, in the best way possible. The screen gets full, enemies melt faster, but it also becomes easier to lose control if no one coordinates. And that's where I think Marvel Cosmic Invasion shines. When you realize you can play in chaos, or you can play organized, calling out switches, holding enemies for someone else to finish, and dividing the combat space as if it were a trained team. Now, if there's a goal that I think everyone should try at least once, it's finishing the final mission with 4 players and activating the simultaneous special attack on R1 and RB. It's that cinematic moment that feels like a cartoon season finale, with everyone aligning the strike at the same time. Even if you don't nail it on the first try, the attempt already yields shouting, laughter, and that feeling of, okay, this was a moment. And the fact that there's total crossplay makes life much easier, because you're not stuck to your friend's platform. You can call the crew, set up a run, and really make the post-game into an event, not just a checklist. For me, Marvel Cosmic Invasion is good solo, but in a group, it becomes a memory, which is exactly what a beat-em-up should be. After you beat it and already feel like you understand the game, that's when I think the real fun begins. Arcade on hard with modifiers. Because normal mode lets you get comfortable, lets you play stylishly, but on hard, the game forces you to play right. And when you add modifiers on top, you turn a relaxing run into an endurance test. What I like about this challenge is that it changes your brain. You start valuing positioning, crowd control, and quick decision making, because any slip up becomes a lost life. That habit of jumping into the middle of the screen thinking you can handle everyone, on hard with modifiers, that becomes immediate punishment. Suddenly, the game feels faster, more aggressive, and you need to respect every enemy as if they were a mini-boss. The modifiers make everything even crazier because they mess precisely with what you thought was predictable. Faster enemies, more chaotic patterns, situations where you can't calmly read the screen, and then you're forced to improvise. I love when the game knocks you out of autopilot and makes you create solutions on the fly, even if it's based on, okay, today I'm going to play safer and bet on the tag team at the exact moment. And even with randoms online, I think it's really worth trying. Sometimes you get that duo that seems telepathic, and the run flows like you've been playing together for months. Other times, it's total chaos. Everyone going one way, spending resources without warning. And even so, that's part of the fun. On hard, learning to adapt to the other player's style becomes a skill as important as knowing your character's combo. Now, when you finally complete one of these runs, it's an absurd amount of pride. It's not that I got the platinum because I grinded. It's I won because I got better. You finish with sweaty hands, mind racing, and a feeling of victory that feels straight out of an arcade cabinet. If you want a post-game goal that really proves you dominate Marvel Cosmic Invasion, this is the test. You know when you finish the campaign and want that pure feeling of nostalgia? Arcade mode is exactly that. It strips the game of all the dialogue and exploration parts and leaves only what matters, the brawling. It's a direct homage to the classic beat-em-ups we love so much, where the challenge isn't leveling up, but reaching the end with the limited lives you have in hand. What changes everything here is the tension. In the campaign, dying is just an inconvenience. In arcade, with counted lives, every hit you take hurts your soul. This forces you to play in a much more technical and careful way. You stop button mashing and start actually reading enemy movements, because losing a continue in the final stage is that type of hardcore frustration that every retro gamer knows well, and, deep down, loves. Replayability gets a new life with the 10 unlockable modifiers. This is where you control the chaos. Thinking you master the game is one thing, but trying to clear arcade with enemies moving at double speed or with altered damage rules is another story. These modifiers turn the mode into a sandbox where you dictate how punitive or insane the game will be. For those who like refining their technique, arcade is the perfect laboratory. Without the pressure of gaining XP or collecting items, you're free to focus purely on style. It's the best place to test if that aerial combo works in practice or to master perfect defense timing. The game flows better when your only concern is keeping the hit counter high and the screen clear of enemies. And, of course, playing this in co-op is the definitive weekend couch experience. Calling a friend to share lives and coordinate attacks brings back that rental store energy we miss nowadays. If you've already beaten Marvel Cosmic Invasion, arcade mode isn't just an extra. It's the trial by fire to see if you and your gaming partner really master the combat system when the tokens are running out. Getting the Platinum or 1000G is one of those goals that in the beginning seems like just a formality, but in the end ends up becoming the true endgame for those who like to complete everything. There are 35 achievements that force you to explore every corner of the game, from 200 hit combos to specific challenges against bosses like Dark Phoenix, to leveling up all heroes and even multiplayer tasks. What I like most about this process is that it makes you try things you wouldn't do naturally. For example, trying that 200 hit combo isn't just about playing well, it's about mastering timing, learning to use the environment, and keeping the combo alive without taking a hit. And there are achievements that require you to play in a way that deviates from the usual, like using heroes you'd never pick, or facing bosses with restrictions. The estimated time of 10 to 15 hours is quite realistic if you've already finished the campaign. After you understand the system, most of the achievements fit naturally into your game rhythm. Even the more annoying ones, like level up all heroes or complete all challenges, become part of the flow because you're already doing that anyway in the post-game. You just have to be careful with the ones that require multiplayer because that depends on finding partners. I think the best part of all is the feeling of mastery. When you unlock the last achievement, you're certain that you know the game inside out. It's not just I played everything, it's I mastered everything. And there are those achievements that seem small, but force you to pay attention to details, like a specific combo, or a victory against a boss on hard mode. And that makes you appreciate the game's design. In the end, the Platinum or 1000G is more than a trophy. It's the certification that you truly lived Marvel Cosmic Invasion the way it deserves. And even if you're not an achievement hunter, reaching the end of this journey gives you enormous pride because you didn't just finish the game, you overcame it. One of the most fun things to do after beating the game is to start playing around with tag team combos and see how far you can push the synergies between heroes. The game has such a flexible system that sometimes you discover absurd combinations completely by chance. And the best part is that at this point, you're no longer worried about XP or progress. You're playing just for the pure fun of seeing the chaos happen on screen. I love choosing unlikely duos like Wolverine and She-Hulk. It seems random, but there's a logic. Wolverine is fast with short and direct attacks, while She-Hulk is pure strength and crowd control. Putting the two together creates a delicious rhythm alternation. He advances, she clears the field, and when both do the tag attack, the result is that cinematic strike that makes even the controller vibrate differently. These unlikely pairings always yield the best surprises. The secret is to experiment. With every replay of a stage, you start to notice specific interactions between abilities. A hero that traps, another that finishes, or even a summon that activates extra effects if used at the right timing. You can lose hours testing who combines best with whom, and this is the type of in-game that doesn't depend on grind, just creativity and curiosity. The summons also play a big part in this. Some combinations of characters and summons create true festivals of light and damage, and when you fit everything perfectly, it gives that feeling of an orchestra of chaos. Every power at the right moment, fitting together as if it were a giant coordinated combo. It's the kind of gameplay that makes you think, okay, this is why they created the tag system. And the coolest thing is that replaying stages with these duos transforms what was previously just routine into a personal show. You start fighting more for style than for efficiency, attempting that perfect cancel or the joint attack at the very last second. It's the kind of thing that shows that Marvel Cosmic Invasion was built to last, because every time you think you've seen it all, a new synergy appears to surprise you. After I finished Marvel Cosmic Invasion for the first time, I started wondering how far I could really push the game to its limit, and that's when I got into speedruns. It's a completely different way to play. Instead of exploring every corner, the goal is single-minded: be fast, precise, and efficient. And suddenly, those stages I thought were chill turned into marathons of focus, where every second counts. Doing speedruns of individual missions is a great starting point. You can test routes, find shortcuts, and understand how certain heroes deal better with groups of enemies or bosses. Gradually, you start creating strategies that mix technique and improvisation, like using abilities at the exact moment the next group appears, or canceling an animation to save frames. It's a dance of milliseconds that gets addictive fast. Now, attempting the full campaign is another level. Beating everything in about 3 hours is possible, but requires absurd concentration, especially in stages with cutscenes and longer bosses. And if you want the full challenge, doing 100% with challenges and collectibles in about 6 hours, that's where the game really tests your patience and consistency. Every mistake costs you, and every success is a small victory. The most interesting part is that this connects you with the community. The folks on speedrun.com take it seriously, but in the best way. There's an exchange of tips, optimized routes, and even analyses of timing and ability physics. It's a very collaborative vibe, you know? Everyone wants to lower the time, but they also want to see the game shine. And honestly, it's addictive watching your name climb the leaderboard, even if it's just a few seconds faster than before. And who knows, right? If support continues, maybe there will be an official reward someday, an exclusive skin, a speedrun event, or even symbolic prizes for record holders. But even without that, racing against the clock in Marvel Cosmic Invasion is the kind of goal that makes you realize how deep and tight the combat system is. In the end, it's not just about time, it's about mastering the flow of the game completely.
Focus bar's not full enough! You make this look good, Storm!